this is Samina and welcome to a very special episode on Hands Up. Well, I call it a very special episode because we have a truly special lady with us today. Well, to tell you a little about her, she's been one of Chennai's leading television anchors. She's also Chennai's hottest ramp model. She won Miss India South Pageant, and now she's done us all really proud here in Chennai by winning the Pantaloons Femina Miss India International 2012. Yes, so we have with us the very lovely Rochelle Maria Rao. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Hands Up.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it's the first time you have come to Chennai after winning the title.
Yes, I've just got back into town and thankfully I was able to spend Easter Sunday with the family and get back in time for that. But yeah, it's only been a couple of days and it's been really fun.
And how's the response been, from your colleagues and friends?
Everyone is super excited. I think for us as a city, it's something to celebrate together because in this particular field, Chennai hasn't done very well for the last few years. So everyone's really excited to be able to say that we have a beauty queen in the city, and friends, family, acquaintances, everyone put together, they're all really excited, so it's good.
I know, and after 10 years, there's someone from Chennai who's won the title, yeah?
I think it's still unclear as to whether it's 10 or 20 years because in between we did have someone, an unofficial winner as well. But yep, it's been a long time, that's for sure, and it feels good to be able to make the city proud.
Well, we are all very proud to, say that you're part of Chennai. So just out of curiosity, what was the first thing that came to your mind when you heard your name being announced as one of the title winners?
Honestly, I've said this so many times, but when they were announcing it, I didn't even realize that they'd all, because those two MCs were doing a lot of talking and we got back onto the stage and we had just lined up and I just looked down to pray and I didn't even realize that they were already announcing the winners, and I heard number 11 and I remember looking up and the cameras were on me, so the screen actually showed my face and I was in total shock because I had no idea what he was even saying, It was only after Ankita gave me a hug and said, "This is your moment, enjoy it," and I turned around and the cameras went crazy and I was like, oh my god, I'm a Miss India. I'm actually walking down the ramp with the crown on my head. I'm a Miss India. This is so crazy, So yeah, it felt brilliant, but more shocking at that time. I think over the next couple of days, it's sunk in little by little, with an interview here or somewhere where someone would be like, "Hey, Miss India," and then you're like, "Oh, that's me."
It's me, yeah. That's really nice, right? A great feeling.
Yeah, it is.
So there are a lot of girls who dream of being Miss India, right? So how was it for you? Did you always plan on being Miss India? Or did you wake up one day and say, "Hey, I want to be on Miss India"?
I think it was a childhood dream for sure. I started modeling when I was about 4 years old. I think was my first advertisement. But even before that, my dad's a wildlife photographer, and literally from the day we were born, all 4 of us kids have been in front of the camera. I used to dance ballet and I used to go out and do these social events and things like that for underprivileged kids and poor people, where we would do all these dances and stuff. So I've always been in the limelight and I've always known that I want to continue to be in the limelight because I love the attention. I think it's you have to be passionate about being the center of attention, I feel. So that's something that I have. But somewhere along the line, yes, I did lose the Miss India vision. It wasn't like it was my sole goal and purpose. But it just happened, Apurva won the Miss India South pageant and she told me, "You should go and try." And I was thinking about it, and then suddenly Sunil was like, "You know what, I'm just going to send your pictures." And then it just went from there, and once you get there and you see those other girls and then the South pageant, I didn't really win, and it starts to become something that you really want. It goes from being a, "Hey, maybe I'll give it a try," to being a, "I want to win that thing so bad," So that, I think, happened over the last few months, and I'm so glad it did because it pushed me to win.
Okay, so while some of them were shocked, when you won, it was surprised, there were many who knew that you were definitely going to win it. So when you did take part in the contest, what was your state of mind? Did you think you're going to win it? Did you expect all of this to happen?
It was a roller coaster. My confidence wasn't as strong as it should have been because I went for the South pageant and I didn't win. I was the first runner-up. So, I mean, to everyone else it's a win, but for me it wasn't a win. And at that point I was like, I don't know if I should even try my chances. I mean, if I couldn't win in the South, how would I win in the national front? But then I worked really, really hard. I went on a crazy diet. I was working out 3 hours a day and, you know, really pushed myself beyond the limit. So when I got to that pageant, I felt good about myself because when you work hard, when you've prepared well, you feel confident, you know. So halfway through, you know, I kind of reached that breaking point because every day you're being judged and someone is telling you, you know, you said that wrong and you did this wrong and you walked wrong and you sat wrong and you stood wrong and you're just like, oh my God, you know, can't I do anything right at this point? But that's when I think I was like, okay, so I'll cry about feeling bad about myself and I'll have pity for myself when it's over. But I had confidence when I got here and I've got to keep that going, you know. And if I could lose the weight, then I can definitely learn these things. I can definitely incorporate it and then, you know, the confidence came back. And yes, I think I always knew that I was going to win. And I think it's important when you're taking part in something as intense as this to believe that you can win. And I remember the last 10 days, I would actually stop once every hour. It was like a self-imposed habit. And imagine the MC saying, Miss India World 2012, number 11, Rochelle Rao. You know, I actually had that going through my mind. And now, you know, in retrospect, I think that probably I was not suited for the Miss India World pageant. I think I'm definitely way more suited for the Miss International pageant and I have a crown on my head, so I know it worked.
It's still a great feeling and it's still a big achievement, right?
Yeah, it's a huge achievement for everyone else because they're watching you from the outside. To them, it's like, oh, she's a beauty queen now, but it's all about what happens on the inside, you know, because you prove it to yourself. And yes, I had confidence before, but that was the confidence that other people gave me, telling me you can do it. Or, you know, my parents always raised us saying, be confident in whatever you do. But when you actually face your faults and when you actually work hard to fix it and your confidence lies in the fact that you know that it is, you've achieved something, you've worked hard, you've fixed the problems, that's a real kind of confidence. It's based on the right thing. It's based on a truth that you've proved to yourself. So that, I think, is what has changed me over the last 30 days, and that's the most rewarding part of it, just knowing that my confidence is well placed now.
That's really nice. So Rochelle, there are a lot of girls out there who would like to know more about the Miss India contest itself, the grooming sessions and all that. So when we come back after this short commercial break, that's exactly what Rochelle Rao is going to be telling us.